I do want to talk a little bit, and this is now, this is where I kind of get a little serious because I think that I'm being treated possibly unfairly, and there might be some ageism going on here, okay? So last week we did a piece on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And you went with the bullish, Bitcoin's going to hit $250,000.
Yeah.
Right? And I told you that my bet was on Bitcoin dropping below $200. And then I went on to say that it would be probably become close to worthless and then become a stable coin at $100.
Yeah.
And I did not know, and I gave my explanation as to why I thought that was the case. You know, I explained myself. I did not know that, is it millennials? Is that the age beneath you? Is that the next?
I think I am millennial.
Do you know what you are?
No.
You're a millennial? Whatever, I don't care, whatever. People under the age of, I'll say 28. These folks, I mean, some older guys too, but these folks were brutal on me. You know what I'm saying? They were saying crazy shit about me and about what I was thinking. I mean, I just want to. I have to read some of the comments because it's so crazy.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah,
I thought they
and
were good.
I have to tell you the truth. If you get a chance, look at the comments on that post on Instagram, and you can see how I responded to these folks. Because normally I don't get emotional, but based on the things that these people were saying, I really was unhappy. All right, well, here's a guy. I am the closer. Comes up with, I love the passion and the energy. So that was good. I liked that one. I liked it.
Shout out to James.
I thanked him. I told him we appreciate you watching and to keep watching, and that kind of comment really moves me along. Then I got this guy, and he is Lookout Winery. Okay, and apparently I looked into it. This guy has a winery down in Tennessee, and he says baloney. Okay, this is the man's simple statement. So I basically told him to stick to wine and food, and I tried to explain to him the logic behind why it is that Bitcoin will go below $200. And if you want to see my rationale, watch the clip or read the comments, because in the comments I could really get into the nuances of why it is that Bitcoin is going to drop down below $200 by July of 2026. Bookmark it and then come back and talk to me. So anyway, so then you start getting into, those are like the easy ones, right? So then I got my friend who I started actually conversing with, and he is Brian Green Poker is his Instagram, what do you call it, a handle?
Yeah.
Okay, his Instagram handle. You know where the term handle comes from? Back in the 70s and 80s, probably up until the 90s, there were CB radios. Okay. CB stood for Citizens Band. And these were little shortwave radios, or I don't know what exactly their technology was. And truckers would have them in their cars, and there were 40 channels on it.
So they could speak to each other? Or?
Yeah, so they could give traffic reports. Hey, and certain channels were like for 95, other channels were for whatever other numbered roads, 87, the New York roads. And they could communicate with each other. Then sometimes they could just find somebody to talk to. You go on like channel 33, meant nothing. And then like the emergency channel, I think was like 14 or something like that. So, the police were monitoring that channel, so if something happened. So anyway, so when you were on the CB, you wouldn't give your real name, you would have a handle. And I forget, there was a movie about it, I don't know, something about a guy and a duck, but I think his handle was Duck. So anyway, so it's funny to me that terminology from that rudimentary technology has carried over now into today's technology. Yeah, it's very interesting stuff. And you can still get a CB radio for very cheap. They used to be really expensive. You can get one for your house, and you can listen to nobody talk to each other because no one uses CB radios anymore. Anyway, so we got this guy, Brian Green Poker, and he says, yeah, BlackRock doesn't lie, brother. And they just bought $50 million. This might be why I have the cowboy hat on, which I'll explain further, but I think he looks like a cowboy. Yeah, Brian Green Poker, if you want to take a look at him. Yeah, BlackRock doesn't lie, brother, and they just bought 50 million Bitcoin last week. This guy is a moron. Now, I have to point out, the guy he's talking about, I believe, is me. So this man has now called me a moron. Yeah. Okay, so let's further this. So I got to read my response to him just because I think it's kind of funny. What I basically go on and to say to him is, hey, sure, BlackRock makes a $50 million investment. Seems like a lot of money until you realize that BlackRock is worth $168 billion. Yeah. Okay, so this is like 0.03 or 0.3% of their overall asset values, right? So for them to invest in Bitcoin, okay, great. But once they hit a 20% IRR, as I was describing earlier, that internal rate of return, there's a lot of pressure on the guy that made that investment, because if he comes back with less than a 20% IRR, right, then he is going to be kicked out of BlackRock, or, and again, I'm not speaking BlackRock employment policies and all that nonsense. I'm just saying generally, I'm going to remove the name. He brought BlackRock up. I didn't. I think they're one of the greatest companies that have ever
you think everyone's going to get their
existed.
return and then they're going to
to get a 20% IRR, you only need like 4% or 5% in a month, and that it's annualized. And then they can dump it, and this guy's a superstar, right? So I can't see why it is that that BlackRock would be going long in Bitcoin. But again, there's other aspects to it. Anyway, so the way I get back to this guy is, I mean, after I say things that make sense to him, where is this? I said to him, oh boy. Well, I'll tell you what I said to him. I said, because he's a poker player, right? So what I said to him was, as a poker player, if you believed in Bitcoin as much as you do, because he had said he was diversified and Bitcoin going out wouldn't cause him any financial harm. If he believed in it so much as a poker player, then he knows that when you have the nuts, you go all in. So the fact that he hasn't done that with Bitcoin means that Brian Green Poker ain't got no nuts.
That's good.
You like that? All right, so then we got this guy, zero understanding of global markets. Okay. I do want to point out, I mean, I know it's not important, but I do have a master's degree in political economics, okay? So I have some understanding of how things work a little bit. I don't use it, but I do actually somewhat understand it. Then I got Chalk 364, and he says they really should stop letting people who don't understand cryptocurrency discuss it. Now, I went back at him and said, who's the they that you're talking about? Because I'm not into socialism or communism or censorship. He seems to be totally into it. But what's funny is he wants to censor me and do some kind of communist type censorship on me, but yet China just outlawed Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where you're going with that, Chalk 364, which, by the way, a year has 365 days, if that's what you were going for. But I think that you might want to reconsider, and you might want to sell your Bitcoin, because I'm telling you right now, I definitely know more than you do. Somebody, I can't, Jay Lisbardo, Lisbardo.
Are you going through every single comment?
No, I'm not. No, it's just saying the guys made me so mad. So anyway, the one that made me the most angry, two actually. Lenigan.Pratt says, horrible take, old man.
I like that one.
Yeah, I knew you did. You liked it on there. And that he had some things to say. And I just said to him, do not quit your day job. Minimum wage is better than no wages at all. Merry Christmas. Wow. Okay. And then we got the guy. And again, there's a lot of people saying a lot of things here. But then I got the one guy who says, that guy doesn't even know how to keep his hair. Now, I understand, but not for anything. I'm in my mid-50s, pal. And you know what I asked him? I said, well, if you have that, if you know how to cure that, or you have, that's something I want to invest in, certainly more than Bitcoin, because I'll have a hell of a lot more value in a year.
Sure.
And he told me it's diet. And that all I have. So this guy's criticizing me because I'm experiencing male pattern baldness. And he thinks I can cure it with diet.
Maybe.
Hey, listen, anything's possible. I mean, I don't know. I asked him to explain himself, and he just said that if you don't know that by now, then we can't trust your judgment on Bitcoin. Anyway, I could go on and on. I'm going to tell you right now, read the comments. You will see people that are very nasty, and you will see me trying to be gracious, but then saying what I need to say to them and making sure that they understand they shouldn't respond. And you know what's funny? They don't. I shut them down, and they don't want to come back for more because they know it's just going to get worse and worse. So anyway, thank you very much for the comments. Please keep commenting. And on this video, comment, say whatever you want, but just know I'm coming back to bite you. Honest to God, I might be an old man, but I'm fast and I'm tough. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to come back at you. We'll have fun, and I'll love you in the end, but I'm not going to let you get away with it. Anyway, all right, so we should go now on to our current new positions?
Yeah.
All right, what do you got? Anything fun? That was sad.
One I actually wanted to ask you about, which is who will attend Zoran Mamdani's swearing-in ceremony?
Kim Jong-un.
That would be...
Kim Jong-un, for sure. No?